Hi everyone, welcome to another Subject Matters opera for kids. So last week we talked about the opera Hansel and Gretel, and if you haven't come down to the library yet to pick up the little shadow puppet kit that you can make at home, come on down, there's still lots of bags left. So today I thought we would talk about the most famous opera ever. And I mean, this is the most famous opera. It is called The Barber of Seville. And it's so famous that it's still being played today around the world. But it was written 200 years ago by a man named Rossini. And he actually wrote lots of operas. I think there was like 62 operas he wrote. That's a lot. But we talked a little bit last week about how an opera is a story, a play, and it's put on a stage. So you have big, huge costumes and special effects and big, huge sceneries and things like that on a stage. And the singers are called opera singers. And today in The Barber of Seville, there is 4 characters. I'm going to tell you about the characters. I'm not going to tell you about the story or read you a story about it, but I'm going to tell you a little bit of something about it. And then we're going to play a game after. So I need you to listen really, really carefully because you have to remember some things. So I'm going to tell you about the characters in The Barber of Seville. Here we have Count Almaviva. Do you know what a count is? A count is like kind of like a prince or almost like a prince. He's really rich and probably owns lots of things and he's really, really important. So that's Count Almaviva. Next we have a gentleman called Figaro. Figaro is a barber. The opera is called The Barber of Seville. Seville is a place in Spain. So it's about the barber. Interesting. Next we have the pretty Rosina. She actually kind of has a sad story. Her parents had died, and she is living with her grumpy uncle, who is kind of grumpy. He actually only wants her money. And he keeps her locked away in her room, and he never lets her go out to see anybody or anything like that. So he's kind of grumpy. The next person we have is Basilo. He is, it's kind of shiny there. He is the music teacher. So here's your four characters. Now this whole story is about Count Almaviva, who loves Rosina very much. But he doesn't want Rosina to love him just for his money. So he asks Figaro to help him. And what they do is they make this whole big plan, and Count Almaviva dresses up in 3 different disguises. He dresses up as a student, and he dresses up as a soldier, and he dresses up as a music teacher. And as the story goes along, whenever he dresses up as in disguise again, and Rosina's like, "Oh, who are you? Or who are you?" And she kind of gets to like all of these people, but it really is him. And of course her uncle's suspicious all the time. But Figaro, he's like the hero. He always helps them meet or helps him with his disguises or things like that. And in the end, what happens is the count says to the uncle, "You know what? I'm just gonna give you some money, and there we go." And the uncle goes, "Okay, yeah." And then everybody lives happily ever after. That's kind of how it goes. Kind of complicated. I kind of left some things out. If you ever want to watch it, just kind of Google Google The Barber of Seville, and you can watch the opera. What's interesting too is when you go and watch and you pick a show to watch, sometimes they make it like nowadays so that they're wearing, nowadays clothes and they have vehicles and phones and things like that. Sometimes they set it back to when it was like really written and the women are all in those big poofy dresses and big hair and everything like that. It's really how the person who wants to put on the opera wants to do it. So those are the characters. I'm going to go through them one more time because that might be part of the game. Count Almaviva, Figaro, Rosina, Uncle Bartello, Basilio, and these are the 3 disguises that Count Almaviva does. The student, the soldier, and the music teacher. Okay, well, we're going to do something a little bit different right now. I'm going to show you something about, this is kind of what, now I was saying before how the Barber of Seville is like the most famous opera because there's one song in there that is one of the most famous opera songs of all time. Now, opera songs are, when an opera singer comes out and they sing a song, it's called an aria. And it's usually a song telling about their feelings or telling them what's going on or telling them about themselves. This famous song is the one the Barber of Seville sings. And what he does in this song is he talks about how he is the jack of all trades. Have you ever heard about what that is? Jack of all trades means that they can do a lot of things. They can help people, they can fix things, they can, all that kind of thing. So we're gonna listen to the most famous piece of opera that Figaro sings. The song is called, and I'm gonna say it in, I think it's Italian, Largo al Factotum. So this is what, I'm not gonna play the whole song, I'm just gonna play a little tiny bit of the song. But it's kind of neat because he's talking about, oh, I'm a barber and I can cut hair and everything like that. But if you need help, maybe in romance or maybe with your money or all those things, he'll fix them. And he's saying, everybody calls on me, everyone asks me, everyone wants me and everyone needs me to find someone romance, sort your finance, and pay in advance, eh? And then he sings, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit about that afterwards. But so listen very carefully. Maybe you can hear him talking about that kind of thing, how he's all important and he's kind of boasting in it kind of a little bit. But you can tell here, I'm going to play it right now as soon as I turn on the music. So here we go. And that is the famous Figaro song. Isn't that kind of neat how he kind of says, Figaro, 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 because everybody's just calling his name all the time to help him, or they want his help. So that's kind of cool. So how about we play a game? Do you remember our characters? Oh, I have to put one back. I'm going to Actually, I'm going to take them down first. I forgot. I'm going to take them down. I hope you remember. Hope you remember who they are. And I'm going to put up 3 characters, and I want you to guess which one is who. Okay, I'm going to pick this one. There's this one, and this one, and let's do this one. Which one, I'm going to bring it a little closer. Which one is Figaro? If you guess this one, you're right. Let's see, I'm going to take him down, and I'm going to put this up. Which one is Uncle Bartello? If you guess this one, you're right. Let's see, I'm going to put up another one. It might get trickier. Which one is the beautiful Rosina? You're right. That was kind of an easy one, actually. That's Rosina. Let's see. I'm going to put up now. I'm going to put this one up. Ha-ha. Which one is Count Almaviva? Right. There he is. Let's see. Let me get another piece of thing here. I'm going to switch them up here a little bit. Let's see here. Okay. Here comes the tricky one. Which one is Count Almaviva? That was a little bit tricky, wasn't it? It's this one. Do you remember when I was explaining before that he was in 3 disguises? This one here is also Count Almaviva. That was fun. Let me put my thing back here. So, what would be really interesting to do? I kind of thought about this. You know, the opera singers are on stage and they're singing the song, and that's all they do is sing la 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 the entire story. How about if I give you a challenge? Maybe sometime this week when you're at home for a little while, or maybe even all day, that would be awesome, is if you just sing all day. Every time you want to talk to someone, you sing. Because that's exactly what it's like listening to an opera. You just sing. That would be kind of fun to do. And it might even be kind of funner if you didn't, or more fun if you didn't tell anyone what you were doing. They might give you kind of the, what, are you kind of crazy there? Anyway, that would be a fun thing to do. It's just to sing all day. So that's today's subject matters opera for kids. And next week, we're going to do my favorite opera. And we're going to listen to some more music. I actually listen to the music at home all the time. So I kind of like opera myself. So we're going to talk about another brand new opera and maybe some more information and maybe a story next week. So we'll talk to you later. Bye.